into a line.
Yeah. So yeah, this grew up. This is a new way to do it outside of the way you did it. So you remember we talked about maybe weights would be a better way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where we left it last night, not that one. So just these three.
Okay.
So that's my original iterate. That's the one that you did. I'll plug these back in so we can see. So that's the one we worked on together that went off into the stratosphere and did weird things. This one's the first one we tried to get it back together to do, which is closer, right?
Yep.
But it's got all kinds of weirdness going on. And then this one here, let's just turn those off. So the orange one, that's the one that I ended up doing.
Yeah. What happened to your accent? That's the
My,
word. Yeah.
that happened to my what?
Your accent just changed automatically.
What accents?
I don't know. Anyways, go.
Yeah.
For a second, you had an accent. You're like, this is the over here. I was like, what? What's going
no,
on?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm tired. Whatever. So here's the big difference. It's way simpler in here too. Let me make this bigger so you can get a better view.
Okay, so how did you do it?
Okay, so same as before, when we start, it checks to see if the loop is at 0. If it is, it uses the start point. If it's not, it uses the feedback point coming in. Yeah. Same as before. This is something. What's this? So this is the check to see if it's finished. Okay.
Yeah.
This is to do what?
First and the last is the same.
Yeah. So this just checks to see it's not equal to the end point. And it goes off down here. And it's the looping condition. Cool. So we do all that. And the first thing we do is gather data. And the first data we gather is the point neighbor indices. All right. And they get shoved off up here. We'll get back to that in a minute. They come back down eventually. Gradient, positions, the current point, the end point, and the direction vector. That's what's happening inside that matrix. Okay. So that's just data gathering. In the meantime, this dude goes up here and we get our visited vertex array like you did.
Okay.
Got a real simple for each in here that basically just the big thing in here is find an array. Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks in the array. That's the neighbors in. That's the
visited one.
Visited indices array, right? So in they come, finds one and the other, and then this I'm just gave myself two options because I was trying to work it out. If those two aren't equal, then that's true if they are found in the array. If that is equal, then it's true if not found in the array.
Okay.
Okay, I can delete one of those because this is the one that works. Control find all true in array to get a
indices of those.
Get indices of those. These are the new, so this becomes the indices to choose from here.
From
that's
the
what
neighbors.
Yeah, so that's there's this one's there's the neighbors coming in, current point neighbors, this guy. Yeah. And this is that's the current indices to choose from, that's the new indices to choose from.
Yeah.
Then it broke, and it broke solidly. It broke hard. Like things went pulling, there were zeros on the output, all kinds of stuff, right? And I worked out what that was that if this array had nothing in it, like if its size was equal to 0, then everything was breaking.
Oh, at that point, I guess you need all the neighbors?
No, that's where I got clever. What this does is it chooses a random neighbor out of the 6. Okay. And then it gets that from the next neighbor, where it gets the neighbors of that neighbor. And that's what it puts in there. I should probably run it through that again as well.
The visited
but mostly, if you look here, it's not overlapping along most of its length. even when it gets to the end here.
Whoa, what happened there?
Not entirely sure. That's the one thing I'm still trying to work out. But it's doing it. It's avoiding an entire hill here. And I'm still talking about where we are. So then once it's decided which set of neighbors it's going to look in, it goes back down here, passes them through, gradient, positions, and then that one along here, that's for final choice. And this is the new stuff that you're going to enjoy. So what we were doing before was we were getting all of the neighbors whose vector to the point was greater than 0 when dot producted with the direction vector, right?
Okay.
Yeah. That's been replaced by this. So what this does kind of the same thing, vector to neighbors, and then the dot, and this guy is the pro-vector, so it's the vector between the current point and the end point.
Mm-hmm.
Gets those, turns them into a 0 to 1. Forget this multiply for now. Oh no, yeah. And then it multiplies them by the gradient slope vectors, which is how steep shit is. Yeah, okay. Right. And this one is set 1 to 0 because we want the shallowest one. We don't want the steepest one.
Yep.
Those guys can just get out of the frame for a second. Then there's a max gradient limiting going on, right? So what I'm doing here is I've got a control now called max gradient. That is the steepest gradient it will climb based on 0 to 1, basically.
Okay.
So if it finds, basically it's looking for anything that's greater than the max gradient, finds those, and then removes them from the actual data, like completely just removes them from the array that's coming out of these guys. So what comes next is these two nodes here, which is what's doing all of the heavy lifting for me, right? So I'm sending in, what I'm basically sending in here is weights. These are the weights, and the weights are calculated based on direction and slope up here. They both come out 0 to 1. They're both multiplied together. Then it's taking out anything that's above the maximum gradient, builds an alias table, does a random seed every time. That's the current index of the do while there. And what this is this is a sample alias table. This will choose one out of all of these based on these weights, basically. This is awesome. This is used in randomized selection by probability. And essentially, I just need 2 nodes to give me a random choice that's weighted based on this. Put the weights in here, you get the choice out here. Okay. I think it's awesome, and it's way simpler.
But you're saying randomized.
It is randomized, but it's randomized with a weight. You gave me that idea, right? Okay. So basically, like, I'm able to.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever that has the highest weight, most probably
has the best chance of being chosen. Yeah. Then it just gets the neighbor index.
But do we want to randomize it, or do we want to choose the highest one?
Well, this is a really nice sort of in the middle thing. We don't want to choose the highest one. We might as well just be going by the one closest to the vector and the one on the shallowest slope, which is what we tried before. That's what that one gave us. Right?
Well, no, that one was always overpowering the other one. But here you have a weight that's even between those two. Mm-hmm. So you should pick the one with the highest weight. Because if you randomize, you still might pick something that's on the low end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a high probability of picking something that's in a proper direction, but you might actually
look at it.
No, I know, I see. And I'm pretty sure there are places that it could have gone a little bit better, but it shows a different path. We can zoom in and analyze it.
Yeah. But like it's even doing things like, okay, so it's gone through that lowest point there. It's gone around that hill. And this one before, when we didn't have the weights and was just going, it didn't care.
Okay, zoom into that area. Okay, see that? Oh, no. Hold it right there. I think you're gonna notice it very soon. That's
the randoms. Yeah, that. Yeah.
this could have actually gone this way because that's the way
Yes,
it should have.
and it's the same thing that's going on here.
Yeah, I think it's the randomize that's messing it up.
Yeah, it's not messing it up much. What I like is,
Not
oops,
much, but it might make it cleaner. Yeah, exactly. This area.
yeah. Why do we want it cleaner?
Oh, what is this? This is for river, for road,
This is
either
for
way.
road.
Okay, either for road or river. You wouldn't go this way.
It's a
This
river,
way.
dude. It's never gonna. Rivers do not go uphill.
Okay, look at
That
this.
that is one of their things, right?
This is
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
efficient, is it?
No, it's not.
So it should have done like something like this. Or even when it went up,
Should
it
have
should have
gone
gone
from
directly.
here. Yeah, should have gone from here to here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think randomize is messing it up a little bit.
Well, yeah, we can. I can completely and totally just get.
Get the first in array because you already weighted them. No?
Oh, I don't know what order the arrays in. Right.
Or was it descending or ascending?
I don't know. It's not sorted. It's not a sorted array. It'll be in
Oh,
whatever order it came in. It doesn't sort the array anymore. It doesn't need to.
okay.
Generates weights for me.
Can you sort the array by indices and try the first one? Just hell of it, you know. Just try.
Well, okay.
Okay. Use that one. No, that was an array. You know, just replace an array with
Yeah,
a
I just
table.
plugged it in the wrong thing. That's all.
Yeah.
And we're back to this.
Revert the sort. No. Keep that one. There, cleaner.
It is. Nice. Still basically poops the bed here, though.
Yeah, that we can figure out. But it,
I
it
mean,
gets rid of a lot of snakes.
because of by your logic, it should have gone from here to here. That's the end one.
Yeah, but it chose the lowest one,
Yeah.
which is that one. Okay.
So it's almost like you want to loop between the two with some clever rules, isn't it?
You want to pick random when it's absolutely flat or absolutely the same values. But if it's not, you still get those.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, these are what I want. This is good. So it's switchbacking up a hill. That's perfect.
Yeah,
That
but
is
it's not
going,
going backward at least.
yeah, it's not going backward and it's not running over itself. No, this is much, much better. This is much, much better.
Can you put the other one out as well? Let's see both of them at the same time.
Ah,
No, it's not gonna work.
not easily.
All right.
I can do this.
Oh yeah, switch them.
Switch them. No, that one's much better. It's just that occasionally you don't want to do that.
Yeah, it seems much cleaner. Go back to the
Much,
other.
much cleaner. Yeah,
Yeah, the other one is a little bit
it's much better.
too much. Yeah.
Certainly better than the yellow one and this one.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got ways to smooth this out afterwards as well, which is kind of cool because I mean, it's kind of what it is too, is that it's hypersensitive to what's underneath it. There's always a tiny gradient and it just uses that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you want to go for a minimal gradient. So I kind of tried to set up here, but this was removing the small ones from the array, which is not what I wanted.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Okay, so at least
So,
working better now.
what we've got here So that's the actual slope of the neighbors. What I could do is check against the slope that the point is on right now, the current point slope here, right? Well, that's still an array at this point, so yeah. Get the first in that array. Yeah. Check that against I want the current point, which means I want.
Can you explain again what you're trying to do?
Well, it's all about comparing the slope you're sitting on to the slope you're going to next, right?
Okay.
So I get these two indices here. I'm an idiot. Sitting there wondering why there's no node called that. Well, at least you're not giving me shit about my accent anymore, bro.
Bro,
Bro.
what are you, 15?
Bro. Oh, bro. All right, so I've already done this. This is, I need the length, that guy. Current point name of gradient slope.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Ah, I did it again.
Genius.
I don't know how I get anything done.
You try hard.
What's this? This is neighbors.
Persistent.
See, now you've got me all confused, right?
I said nothing.
Yeah, it did. It was all you. That's the neighbors slope. I need all the slopes. It's back all the way back here in gradient. So anyway, this is the idea. Take this guy. Pass. Okay.
All right.
All the gradients. All the gradients. Right. So we have chosen a point here.
Wait, current gradient. What? Slope? But that's an array.
Just wait. Just wait. These are what I need. Neighbor gradient slope, current point index, all the gradients. Okay. So what this is the index of the point we're going to next. Literally goes into next point index, right?
Yep.
That's what it is. So if I get its gradient, which is what this is, current gradient. Sorry, next point gradient.
Well,
Wait. And
that's the weight, not a gradient.
No, it's not. This is not the weight.
That is the weight because you multiplied those two together.
Oh, freaking hell. It is true. Oh, but yeah, you're right. Let's go all the way back to here. And I did. Those are the neighbor gradients, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm right. So if I get this one, get from array, all good.
Right.
That is the gradient we're choosing next.
Yes. You might want to get rid of that one.
What one?
The first, yeah, that one.
Yeah, so that's the next gradient.
Yep.
This is all the gradients and the current point. And if I get from array, and we drop that in there, so it's current. So this is the current gradient.
Current gradient is the next gradient. Okay.
Yeah. If these two are almost equal within a threshold.
Pick the clean one. If not, randomize it.
Yeah.
Quickly. Okay.
That's my thought here. So let's just be smart because we're recording this and people might see it.
What? We're releasing this?
I told you I was going to. Don't have to if you don't want to.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah. I won't release it unless you're very happy.
Wait, if we curse a lot, is it going to be released?
If you curse a lot, it might be released with bleeps.
That'd be funny. Every other word is like bleep, beep.
Yeah, yeah. We
Oh,
decided
you
that
should be doing this. Beep.
yeah, compound is actually a beep. Find an
Uh,
array is a swear word. So that one's clean and this one's filthy. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying anything.
Why did you think I was recording it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Just to look at
man.
it later and laugh a little bit.
Yeah, no, our community is going to love our divorced dad energy. Anyway, now you've got me confused. So this is the clean one, and this is what we're using at. No, this is not what we're using at
No,
the moment.
yeah,
That's the one.
that is.
That's
Yeah,
that's the clean one.
yeah, it looks that way.
Yeah. And this guy is the dirty one. So basically, if these guys are almost equal within some tolerance, and they're quite small, right? They're like 0.3 and 0.7 or something.
You can use that condition. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just go 0.05.
Well, you
Plug it
have to
in.
search the conditions.
Worked.
The randomizer has to go to the F true case.
Why?
If it's almost true, use the randomized one. If it's not,
Gotcha.
oh, look at that. Noodle. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that's not fun.
Well, it's not terrible.
Yeah, but it's looping around itself. It's
Yeah, which it's looping around itself because it's desperately trying to avoid touching itself.
yeah, no, maybe the other way around was more cleaner.
I set the tolerance to 0. All false. It's all clean. Clean one is still getting it wrong.
Because the gradient goes up, I think.
This is going to be important later if we try to do rivers because rivers have different behavior.
Oh, I have a different idea for reverse.
So just for shits and giggles, what does it look like if it's all random like that? That's what it looks like, all random. That's what it looks like when it's broken. This is what it looks like with that condition. Yeah, I think I had it the right way.
Yeah, it looks that way,
I think you just wasted all of the nice people's time, Aslan.
but it didn't feel like it.
It feels better than the alternative, right? And so
Yeah.
now we'd just be like, you can dial it in a bit. Told you this tolerances were tiny though.
Can you push your information a little bit
And I did
so
what
they're
now?
more extreme? Your elevation, can you push it?
Make the elevation higher?
Yeah, just make it a little bit more so we can confidently say if it's working or not. Not completely disappeared. Whoa.
It's really trying to get there.
All right.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
this is
that
the same. This is the
working.
same problem that you brought to the party last time, man. It's like you've got all these wonderful ways of not touching itself,
Uh-huh.
but as soon as it runs into trouble, it just ends up playing snake all over the mountains.
Yep.
You don't want to go that hard. Okay, something like
But
that.
but that's an issue. Like if somebody has like
Yeah,
a
it
high
is.
elevation, so that's gonna happen.
Well, at some point when you're building roads, you have to make a decision that I cannot go over this, right?
Okay. I would suggest
You know what I
increase the
mean?
elevation, then let's take a look at it and work on it.
Look at that. I can change that here and get all sorts of interesting snakes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what's controlling the max elevation, right? Don't worry about this one. It doesn't work. This guy.
Interesting.
It's close. It's closer than we've been before.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's this, which is completely and totally the result of your
Not visiting
self-avoidance.
itself again. Yeah.
Yeah, self-avoidance idea that's doing that. It's like this is very close to being good. It just needs what I should do in the terrain actually. Find it. Yeah. I should make the flats flat. You know what I mean? So that's going to give a lot more flatness to the ground, I would think.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Just okay. Yeah.
You know, we have such wonderful things as undo.
Oh no. Go one step forward. Okay. Hold it right there.
Not moving. Hands are off the screen.
Yeah. So this is going that way, but now it's going uphill. It should not be. It should pretty much like go down and follow
No,
this.
I don't want it to always go down. I've told you this like 37 times. It's
Correct,
not,
but
especially not now. This is not using the lowest gradient anymore. It's using a random choice. On your suggestion, I might add.
fine.
I mean, I'm not building a shortest path algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Get that out of your head, right? This is not the shortest path. What this is the most interesting drive algorithm. This it's the scenic route algorithm.
Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're talking.
You can see a lot more from up there than you can down here, right? So great.
Sure. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
All right. Can you move to the other side of the map? Yeah, let's see how the orange. Okay, goes up the mountain, then comes down the mountain.
It goes through a local minima too, which is nice. And it switchbacks down, which is also nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I can move the endpoint too if you want. Actually wonder what happened if I put the endpoint on the other side of those mountains, right? Like over here somewhere. Yeah, every now and again it just like absolutely shits the bed when it's trying to reach the endpoint.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't know. So look, perfect there. Bang on. All good. Everyone's lovely.
But look right before it.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I could just put a town there or something. But do you know what I mean? It's a lot closer than all of our other attempts, which we're seeing on screen right now. It's mostly good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like, you know, seed driven, man. You can change that by changing a seed. I just want to try and get rid of this, and that is completely and totally because of the
Self-avoidance.
the self-avoidance algorithm. Yeah. Well, it's not even really self-avoidance. It's just I'm not going to go to the same place twice, which is, you know, absolutely what it should be.
Yeah, but it should choose it a little bit smarter. Maybe we're not doing it
Okay,
the right way.
there's two things here. One, it's Bifrost. Two, it's me.
No. Hold it right there. Okay, so let's say we get just stop somewhere so we can see the snake area.
Mm-hmm.
No, zoom into the snake area, to that area. Okay. So we're telling it.
Maybe there's a factory town here.
Hey, that'll be cool. It needs to visit all of them. Oh,
we could go build a factory on it.
This is a traveling salesman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fixed it. It visitors everything. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's say we're here, right?
Yeah.
And it says I can't go backwards. I can't go to this one.
Yeah.
But the direction here is wrong.
Yeah.
Destination is on that side.
Well,
Why is it picking this one?
That's the random weight. Like, watch what happens if I do this, right? If I just say increment the seed by one.
I'll just, oh, this is nicer now.
Yeah, no more snake.
But incrementing it by one.
Hmm?
What are you incrementing by one right now?
The seed.
No, we
The,
don't.
se-
We don't want to change the seed, do we?
the seed of the random choice.
Okay.
We're,
Don't make
we're
it.
still using a combo of the random choice, by the way.
Okay, let's not use a random for now because we're trying to troubleshoot why that clumping happens. Is it the random one or is it? No, it's not.
It's much, much less on the random one. Yes.
Okay, so go there to that section. That means portion of our code is wrong here. So again,
Well, what this is doing is just getting the heaviest weight, right? This is the bit that we put on before.
okay, we have the heaviest weight,
Yeah.
which tells it direction and the slope, right? Or do you actually count the direction at this point?
What all this is the weights of is the directional weights and directional weights and the slope weights multiplied together. That's it. Right. I tried averaging them, it looked like crap. I tried
Okay,
looping them and it straight up broke.
but
So
directional is that way.
yeah,
So that means this would have a very, very low weight.
directional weight.
This one have a very low directional weight.
Mm-hmm.
So you
What
multiply,
happens if I bring up the directional weights? Right. So this is now adding to the directional weight.
you still get those.
See how that works?
Mm, yeah, but still not resolving our issue though.
No, no.
It will do that somewhere else.
You know what does resolve our issue? That.
But does it really?
I don't see no snakes.
You do get a timestamp. We just
I
had
don't.
it. What was that then?
What? Well, this is what we were just talking about before, right? So this is the width tolerance. This is a combination. This is the combination of the two, right? This one, this one is just showing you the highest weighted thing, yeah. Whereas this guy is showing you the random walk.
Sorry, show me again.
Show you what again?
What you just did. Can you do it again?
Okay, sure. So we've got two things here. We've got this guy here is the array of weights going out, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So down one path that goes down, builds an alias table and then samples the alias table, which is your random by weight. It's your weighted random choice. This one. This one just takes the thing with the biggest weight, basically, and grabs the gradient. This is the one with the biggest weight, and that's the index that goes out, get chosen. Okay, so starting with the random walk, that's what we've got on screen now. It's not really random, it's weighted random. It's weighted based on the direction and the slope together. If I just wanted to do this like by direction or by slope, all I'd have to do is like change that. So that's by direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's weighted entirely by direction. It doesn't give a damn about the slope.
Right.
Whereas this guy, that's just the slope. So it doesn't know where it's going. It's just rolling around going for the lowest
So I
slope.
think this slope one causes the issue then, huh?
Yeah, I think you're right. And this one, what we're looking at right now is the random walk. Those are both combined. So what we're saying is we basically want to lower the slope weights a bit.
Are you multiplying the weights or are you adding the weights? Then doing
Multiplying.
zero. Okay, I'm just
Multiplying.
trying to think. I'm trying to think like if
Because I can totally add them, like totally. Oh
then
my
you can
god.
do 0 to 1. Because
Well,
I'm thinking like
change the
if
range.
change range, yeah, 0 to 1. Because
Well,
I'm
that's
thinking
just
if one of it is like has a lower weight, but the other one is more closer to what we want to add them. If you multiply them, that option, well, no, never mind. That screwed it up majorly.
well, yeah, that's basically gone real hard on the slope. I mean, don't forget the weights are reversed too. The slope is 1 at 0. That's why I multiplied them, because at the start, the lowest slope needs to get the highest weight, and the highest slope needs to get the lowest weight, right? These are different.
Yeah, but that's fine because all you have to do is like,
Multiply them.
I guess so.
If I add them together, these are just going to like,
Yeah, but
this
I'm
is,
still worried
that's a
about the
filthy,
slope
filthy
one.
average.
I'm worried about the slope one because the result of
That's
it,
this one.
that's the slope one.
Yeah, this is the slope one up here.
Because when you connected it directly, it just circled around itself.
Yeah, because it has no direction to go in. Doesn't know where it's going.
It still went upward. It didn't go down.
Yeah.
But the slope is supposed to go down.
No, it isn't. Is it? How are we doing it? We're just getting the, okay. Well, yeah, don't forget that it's also not going to use points it's been to before. So sometimes it has no choice. The only place it's got to go is up. Right? If I just put that slope straight in, that
Can you zoom in?
it's
Yeah.
it's still doing avoidance as best as it can. These
Okay.
messy bits here are where it can't, and it's jumped over to the next neighbor. But that's
Oh,
why it's going upwards.
wait. Yeah. No, this area doesn't explain it. Because
Sure it does.
at some point, it keeps going up instead of like going back down.
Yeah.
But that's not anything to do with the neighbors because the neighbors are free right there.
And the order of them doesn't seem to matter. That's because I don't have that plugged in. I've just got the directional weights plugged in. So that's not going to make a difference. This is the weight. This is still the random, weighted random. So do you think maybe my weight's around the wrong way?
I think the weight have some issue. Well,
So that's reversing the weights. And it goes uphill straight from the back. Starts there.
goes up, but then it goes down. Goes this way, then that way. Then it goes through like weird shapes. Okay.
Yeah, then it plays snake for about 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like with the weights reversed on the other one. So you're getting much more random walking. Whereas that's what you get if the weights are quote unquote correct, you know.
Mm.
But it doesn't always have to go down. I'm quite happy for it to meander. It is a random walk.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, what I'm expecting to see is things avoided at the biggest scales, like here.
Yeah, but the only thing I was worried about was like things that goes around itself and just makes like weird shapes.
Yeah,
I
which
know it
is like,
is. Yeah, I know it's because it's trying to avoid itself, like the visited one, but
mhm.
it should have a better logic of traveling toward destination.
So what logic should it be? Should we like, because I can weight the weights as well. You know what I mean? So if we want like half as much weights by slope, I'm just going to cut this in half.
But it has to
I
be
think
conditional. Okay, maybe we need a logic. Just hear me out.
I'm not
Let's
arguing
say,
with you. That looks nice though. I like that.
yeah, that's nice. But let's say we have like a mesh like this and it has a lot of points. So if it comes here, then it goes there, then it goes there, then it goes there. maybe at this point, somehow we should be looking at a larger area and saying like, is it visiting too close to these neighboring points? If it is, re-guide it back toward the destination, which is like this. So if this happens, then this second one happens. I should have changed my color. If this happens first, then
Yeah.
this happens, then this
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
This is too close to this. That means we should go away from this direction, go this way.
But the direction that it's, if you average those 3 points, that it's going in the right direction.
It's going the other direction. It's going back.
No, it's going, no. Let me show you.
Let me just clear.
Yeah, clear it. So if you have a grid that's terribly drawn.
I know we don't have Wacom's or any.
We're all artists here. So, and you're starting up here somewhere and you're ending down here somewhere. Okay. Put a little E there for end. Yeah. So if you start here and your direction is like that way, right? You've got 2 valid choices from this point. You've got this one and you've got this one. Because let's pretend that I can actually draw and that vector goes right down the middle. So you choose this one. From this one, you've got 1, maybe 2 valid choices, but probably just 1. So you go there.
Yeah, but when you're looking at your mesh, these are triangles. So triangles, that means you have multiple choices.
I have 6 neighbors instead of 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that means,
and that's why I'm making factory shapes, right? If I wanted this to be smoother, I could increase the resolution of my mesh.
still will give you
Yeah.
some sort of. Okay. So again, wow, this is amazing.
Those are pretty straight, man. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
sure.
You win the artist award today.
Oh, God damn, I can't change the color. Oh, there, I can. All right. Again, we're here.
We should just call this struggles with Zoom. Yep.
I know.
We want to go that way. Yep. Because
like
there's a triangle.
Is somewhere here, right?
Because if you think about that as a mesh grid, the second point you've gone to has no connectivity to the first one.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
So this is a by. This might be where we're narrowing into the problem though, because this is a by neighbors search.
Yeah, but it's still
should it be a by radius search? Let that cook in your mind for a second.
Right. So you look at the.
So rather than the connectivity of the mesh, you look in radius.
No, we're talking about some other mesh that could be like really weird, like dense over here, but then a big distance over here. Then what is it gonna do if you can't reach it?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? You'd have to like do a spiraling search out until you found something, which suddenly your compute time is up down the toilet.
Yeah, that means we have every single time we have to find by radius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which with an accelerator isn't too bad, but like
still,
what, there's what 70,000 points in this mesh and it's low res, you know.
Okay, so let's say we follow your mesh structure.
Yep.
So we do have this. We do have this. Do we have this?
Yeah, they're triangles.
Okay, so we do have these. So it comes here instead of going.
They're reasonably even triangles too, but
instead of going there, it went that way, right? What I'm talking about is we have to actually didn't go that way. Can I go back? Undo. Undo.
Why keep undoing.
No.
Because it hates you. It hates you.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right. There we go. All right.
Now we're cooking.
So, okay. We wanted to go here, but it picks and goes there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was different. Okay. But the thing is, like, this is not the direction we wanted to go. So maybe we should be looking at the neighboring points and seeing, like, if these
I know what you're going to say.
What?
You're going to take us right back to the whole get the dot product, find the ones that are in the same direction, pick from there. Which is what that little blue line up there is doing.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah.
this doesn't make sense. If this happens, this condition happens, we have too many points in that area. Maybe at this point you can actually look by radius, see like how many points are already visited. If it is visited more than 2 or 3 within the small region, then you should push it
Yeah.
toward the destination rather than let it go freely.
So give it more weight to the direction
Yeah,
weights. Yeah.
it has to be a little bit smarter.
Ugh.
I know.
It's not that
It,
dumb now. It's a pretty nice directed random walk. Because that's what it is. That's the algorithm that I'm reproducing here.
yeah, but I don't like
Whether I meant to or not, it's a directed random walk.
this.
I don't either.
This shows me something is wrong in the algorithm. It is randomized and it is going ultimately toward the direction we want, but why not just go this way, then go that way? This is extra. It doesn't need to be there. And we should be able to fix it.
Yeah, because changing these numbers doesn't really do crap. Right? What does change things? If I push that up, basically this is just setting the weight.
Wait, can we actually make the weight smarter? So
Like
we
how?
feed like whatever we found so far, we feed back. So we
Mhm.
have that until that point. Then we increase the weight, find a new point. That means your weight has to be feedbacked.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because
Only if I want to
you
look backwards and forwards in the weights. Why do I want to do that? Tell me why I want to do that. I don't know why I want to do that.
you increase the weight of directional at some point if you hit a condition, and you
Yeah.
increase the weight of slopes at other points if you want to. So increasing and decreasing these weights are important. So if we don't
Yes.
feed it back, we don't know what was the weight last time. So we can increase it or decrease it
Why does the previous weight matter?
because we know what we were and we know the issue right now. So we need
Well,
to
no,
either,
no, we don't. You've just talked me right around in a circle, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
okay, so
So
let's
what?
say,
Why do we need to feed out the weight? Feed back the weights. Yeah. Start there. That might be helpful.
okay, this is my train of thought.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have a weight of, let's say,
Ah,
Z.
now you've broken everything. Thanks, Aslan.
Okay, so this is the weight of 2. And we hit an
No, it's
issue.
not. No, it never. It's never a weight of 2
Okay,
ever.
yes, example.
It goes
Let's
between
find
0 and 1.
0.9. How's
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
0.9. You got this. So at this point, we're hitting a condition that 3 points are very close to each other.
Hmm.
So we want to increase the probability of picking something in the direction. So we need to increase the weight direction. The weight, sorry,
Oh,
weight direction, right?
yep.
Okay. So, but later on, we see that it's going upwards instead of being like a nice elevation. It's going upward toward the peaks. So we want to
Yes.
bring it down. That means we have to increase the slope weight.
Yeah, but if I increase the slope rate, it's going to suddenly start doing your spiky spirals. We just proved that.
So then we only increase or decrease the direction.
Yeah.
Okay. For that, you're saying you don't need the feedback port. You don't need to know
I don't
what
think
was it
so.
last. You
You
don't
need
need to know
because
what was it before.
we've got the previous position. That's a feedback. We've got the previous vert. That's feedback. We've got the previous slope, which is also a feedback, and we have the previous even have the previous direction, which is also a feedback. Just means changing that direction.
So you're just gonna compute that.
Because that's the thing, the direction changes based on where the point is. the direction it's trying to get to. That might be something. That's it down here, right? So you've got a vector coming in here, called the crow vector, because it's as the crow flies. And that vector is made up by, when it starts, you subtract the start point from the end point, and that gives you a vector from the red dot to blue dot. Yeah?
But that keeps changing, right?
Yeah, but that's the first vector. Now, what happens if I don't change that vector?
Okay.
What happens then? That's a question.
I think it's just gonna try to, follow the direction at all times.
Well, no, I mean, given the weights and stuff we're doing it to, like, you know that there's somebody out there who's really, really good at these algorithms who are just going to be screaming at the screen at this point. Why don't you do this?
Dude, that's not us. Not our problem. So let them enjoy.
So that one. Look at that.
Holy shit.
And it completely missed the end and just kept going.
Because it's going toward the direction, not the destination.
Yeah. It's not ever hitting the end point, so it's still trying. Yeah. It was a nice thought.
You can fix it actually. You can fix it by, if the new point is beyond that point, beyond the destination point.
Define beyond. In what context?
Length
no, in what context, man? I mean, are you talking about
if this
like
is our direction?
Yeah.
And that point is right here.
Yeah.
Length of this is bigger than length of this.
So you're talking about calculating the vector every time, which is what I do. Right?
Yeah, but you're not comparing the length of it, are you?
No, I'm just changing the direction that the point is in. Sorry, the current point. Yeah, the current point is getting a new vector to the endpoint every time. Yes.
Okay, never mind. Can you just connect it back again? Just want to see it.
So the trouble with you is you're going to go, I have an idea, and we're going to run out of our 2-hour time limit just with you trying to do this idea that doesn't work.
Hey,
that's what happened last time we tried this, but it was good ideas. Yeah, there we go. So I hooked it back up again.
All right.
Because here's the thing, you know why it won't work? Let me show you why. Let me show you why it won't work, Aslan. Let me show you why it won't work. We have a static vector that goes from here to here, correct? That never changes. And this is all good up until about this point where it wanders off, goes off into the mountains, and then goes around. Perhaps it's having a little crisis, who knows? Give me color, thank you. So what you're talking about is comparing the length of every point to that object, yeah?
No.
Yes. Yes, you are. Or are you talking more about comparing every point to the start, like that? And then checking the length of our static vector against our dynamic vector.
You can actually check.
Don't run off on a tangent. Just please answer my question.
Let me just think.
Because if you are comparing this one, then it's immediately going to fall down when you get a point like this. This to here will work. This to here will not. Conversely, this point to here, the algorithm is just going to still think it's shorter than the length of this vector.
Yeah,
so then
it's not the length that we need.
It's direction. It's direction, and that's what I'm doing now. So that's what I mean. It's like I think I see what you're getting at, and I think you're right.
If you do based on direction, like if it's facing this direction to find the destination, that's incorrect, right? you can actually give it a direction of following, because right now we're
That's what
going this
I'm
way.
doing.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm doing.
All right.
Seriously, it's
Ignore
always
that.
trying to find its way there.
Okay. Ignore. Go back.
Oh, great. Now it's broken. Hope you're happy.
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
really, really hope you're happy you've broken it.
A little
Oh,
bit.
there it is. That's why we have saves. Let me just clear all that. So yeah, that's this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's when the slope takes over, because the slope is very flat. See? You can even see it here. The slope is really flat here, and then there's an little uphill, and it's going up the hill, because this is in the direction of the endpoint. When it gets to the endpoint, the slope is very flat as well.
Okay. So if it's
You're right.
flat, if
Yeah,
it's
and
flat,
that comes down to this guy. This is where we're doing the gradient comparisons. Right, so if I plug this one back in, and it loses its mind,
why?
presumably because the tolerance is a bit high. Yeah. So you can still see it doing it, right? So that's still
Yeah, a
flat,
little
that's
bit.
still flat. Yeah. So if I just really, really slightly, yeah, it's super sensitive, man. So yeah, whenever these guys are too close to each other, next gradient and the current gradient, it freaks out. It just freaks the hell out, more or less.
If it doesn't pick the random, what does it look like right now? Completely breaks.
Catastrophically broken.
What the hell? Why?
I don't know why.
Uh,
Actually, I think I just plugged the wrong thing into it. No, that's that's why.
yeah, still does that.
So this is when the weights of the slope are higher than the weights of the direction.
Yeah, we need another condition on top of this.
I
When
don't think so. I think we need to replace this condition with something else. I think this is a good try, but I think you're right. I think we need to go at the weights, not go at what it uses. Because this is, I mean, it's controlled by the weights, right? So if you look at like how this is, so weight values of 1, 2, 3 generate an alias table with probabilities of 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, and 1, 1, 6, 1/3, 1 half, right? 1 part IDO, 2 parts ID1, 3 parts ID2. So it's basically inside of here, it's building a big table of all of the values it could possibly be. And then in here, it's randomly choosing one of those. This is where the weights matter. This doesn't. So, I can do the things here too, like change the index of that. And it doesn't seem to mean diddly. Okay, that's interesting. Does it ever do anything? No. Does not matter.
might be a bug.
You're a QA person. That's your go-to for everything.
No,
It
that's
isn't
not even
doing.
connected,
It
dude.
isn't
That's not
doing what I
connected.
wanted. It must be a bug.
That's not connected. That's
No,
why.
it's not connected. Yeah, that's right. Because we're just going first in array. That's a good point. Why don't I just like kill that, pop that in there, and then turn that off. Right.
Now you can change the number, the index. Yeah, doing something.
That's the issue that we had already. That's nicer. It'll drive through a ridgeline. Nice views, big mountain. You had to go round a bit to get there. Yeah. But that's how the alias table works, right? So you know how when you want to do a random by probability,
Mhm.
You build an array with multiple values of something that you want to be more probable. That's what this is doing.
Cool.
So what I'm thinking is it's if we can hit the weights, like if I pull out that's just direction, right? That's just the directional weights plus the self-avoidance. And that's both. So, I mean, if I change this to backwards, it's going to want to go uphill all the time. If I add to these weights, so this is basically saying there's always it's just a number that I actually know. There's always a 20% chance of hitting the directional. Now, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we're dancing around. We're dancing around the. Yeah, it's like we can't find the issue, isn't it?
We need a good algorithm to pick between those two.
Yeah. Oh, you
Or
want to use
good
all of
logic.
one weight and all of another? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we have to know when to use one or the other. Seems like the slope is the problem because every time you do anything with the slope, it gives you a lot of those.
It's very pretty, but that's a hell of a
Yeah,
long drive. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's all slope. That's all direction and self-avoidance. With the random stuff. So it's still a random here.
If you don't make it random. No, I think you turn off the if. This would be like purely just direction. No,
Yeah.
no.
It obviously tried to go back somewhere here. Looks like here. And then it went until it found a way. Yeah. So all of this weird pattern diffusion curve weirdness is literally because it doesn't want to reuse points.
But you shouldn't because it can't go back to the same point.
Yeah. So we are basically at that's the random walk. That's the first in array. So what would you do to change it? And I mean, like, what really bugs me is that it doesn't seem to matter what I add to these weights. Right, 0 to 1 or 0 to 1 million seems to produce the same result. The other thing it's doing too is max gradient. So I could probably take that off so that we see true results. That's what it looks like when it doesn't give a damn about the gradient. It will go uphill, it will go downhill. If that's lower, basically you can see it's avoiding the uphills.
But it has more snake.
Oh yeah, and at this point it's completely just lost itself. Well, no, that's not even has more direction. It's just I'm going to remove anything above that value so that I cannot go up that hill, you know.
Ah,
So it's kind of like the gradient check, but a bit different. So yeah, this is what screws me out, right? If I change that to 10, nothing changes. Change this to 10, nothing changes. Doesn't give a damn. It's working on 0 to 1 weights no matter what I do to it. Because they're all getting multiplied by each other. Which might, of course, might be the problem. Because that's like going for lowest slope.
Yeah, we tried to add it, but it didn't work.
Tried to add it, looked weird. Tried to lerp
Yeah.
it, looked weird. Tried to average it, looked weird.
But I still think add is the way to go for the weights.
Okay. All good. That's adding. Getting a lot more of that. That's adding, and we're just taking the first in array, the highest weight.
Try the other one.
Right.
Yeah, this is the random one, which is wrong. But the first in the array looks a little bit more cleaner. My logic was like, you have certain weights for going uphill or not going uphill, like the gradient
Yeah.
and direction. If direction
Yes.
has the highest, and we still have a little bit of a way to go up or down, still picks the right direction. So I think add is the better one. Because if we multiply, you might get wrong numbers.
Well, no, add plus first in array, not add plus random walk. Right? See what I mean? We're only using the clean one. We're not using the actual random walk at this point.
Mm-hmm. What if we add that condition back? Because we made a condition at the bottom, right?
The gradient condition? Yeah.
Yeah, we just made it at the bottom. That
Indeed.
section at the bottom. Yeah. Whoa, no.
Well,
You make it very low.
now we can control it.
I know. It's looking better.
It is. We're still getting this. Like it should not have gone from here to here to here to here. It should have just gone that way. The only thing that's against that is the direction, right? There to there is not the right direction. That's the only place it could have gone in something approaching the direction.
Yeah, because at this point, that one or that one, right? So, well, did you fix it? What'd you do? Oh yeah, you changed the
Tolerance, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the gradient, right? That has a
Yeah, it's changing the gradient. It's basing all of this on the gradient tolerance. So if it's not almost equal within that tolerance, it will use the random walk. If it is almost equal within that tolerance, it uses first in array.
So can you decrease it a little bit? I
Yes.
see. Increase it? What? Why is this area so problematic then?
No idea. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. And you know what's problematic is that entire area there. It should have just gone that way.
Can you zoom in there? Okay, like here, yeah.
It's here. It should like goes up, goes down. I wonder how much of this is connectivity on the mesh. Look, it has no path to go that way.
But it could have actually gone down.
So it could have gone down, yeah, but it didn't. But it has no path to go in the direction.
No, but okay, where's the destination? It's like somewhere around here.
I'm just going to see what it looks like with just the direction, just the first in the array. Sorry, not the weights. Still doesn't go down.
Still goes up.
Yeah.
So this goes away from the direction. This one goes toward the direction.
Yeah.
That's why it's picking that one.
This one goes up the hill. That one goes down the hill.
See, that's what I mean. Like sometimes we need to prioritize the slope. Sometimes we need to prioritize the direction. And it
You know,
needs to change.
here's something else, right? If I go back here, go to my, wow, I'm using an actual plane.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yeah, that's why. That's right. I know why. This is the, so if I go here and this might hurt a little. So I'm going to save a copy.
Ooh, you're gonna do 512?
Yeah, going to double it.
Okay.
I want to see what sort of an impact resolution has on this, right?
Yeah, a lot. And I don't know if you should count on that or not.
Didn't hurt that much. No, I'm not counting on it. I'm just trying to see what, like, look at that.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
No. Because I'm not really working with geo here. I'm technically working with fields. I'm working with a gradient field and a direction field, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not using the field tools to do it. I'm basing the path off those two fields. Is it going downhill and is it going the right way?
My brain is going foggy. We need a little bit of a break on this.
Well, you want to do a river? We've got 45 minutes left if we're going to go stick to the 2-hour time limit.
45 minutes. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Roughly. Yeah.
So for the river.
Well, yeah, what was your idea for the river? Tell me your idea for the river. Because this is quite a good little engine for random walking. I mean, even if we don't change a thing, it does quite a good job of just a directed random walk.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's decent.
Yeah, you can give it to an artist and they could get something good out of it. Mathematically, it's probably a horror story.
But they have to change the seat a lot to get something they like.
Excuse me. So I'm just opening the one we had open when we started. Because the river would be done this way, sort of. With the river, the gradient becomes a lot more important than anything else, right?
So, yeah, but what I was actually thinking is you sort of do need another map.
What do you mean map? Like a
Okay.
data map, a texture map?
Yeah, sort of like a data map.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay. So let's
God,
say,
Aslan, let it go.
okay,
Yeah,
I'm just going to draw this one.
sure.
So let's say you start from here, right? So it has
Yep.
to actually go downhill. So it can't go that way. It has to actually
Yeah.
flow this way, right?
Yeah, it has to flow downhill. Yes.
Yeah. As it's flowing downward, it sort of have to carve from the geometry a little bit, not just flow on
Yes.
top of it. Okay.
Yes, I know. Yep.
Okay. So the more downhill it goes, the next point that it finds, it has to actually bring it lower with the surrounding points.
You're
So
talking about hydraulic erosion. Yes.
yeah, pretty much. So if it
Yeah.
finds this one, it has to pick all these and push it downward by, let's say, certain value because of the length of this river.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yep.
There are two things you're not thinking about here. No, it's not a bad thing, but I have read a lot about hydraulic erosion.
Sure.
The first thing you're not thinking about is that how much the land is flattened or pulled up.
Yeah.
Because it does get pulled up, right? It depends on a whole bunch of factors. So basically what's happening is that if you have some water in a place, right, that water has sediment in it.
Yeah.
And if that water is not flowing fast enough, it'll deposit the sediment.
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
That's what I was
If it's
getting
flowing fast, it'll carry away more sediment. But the second factor that completely affects that is that what is it flowing on?
Yes, that's my point.
Right. It takes a lot longer to erode granite than it does to erode dirt.
That's why I said you need another map. Remember at the beginning, I said you need a certain data map on top of this.
The best way that I found to do this is with water columns. So if you imagine each one of those points, right, is in a volume grid. Yeah.
Okay.
And in that volume grid, you have some data that says I have this much water in me. And it's flowing that way. There's papers about it, right? There's like,
No, that's going to be complicated though.
It's really complicated, dude. It's
we're still struggling with this, but anyways, the general idea.
Yeah.
So it gets there, it needs to push those points down a little bit, and based on the settlement and stuff, how much does it go down or not? So when it gets to this area, when it pushes that point downward, so now it flows that way. So now you have a giant area that is like almost flat.
Yeah.
So it needs to fill up. Let's
Spread
say
out.
this, like it's like this is the lowest point.
That's a lake now. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it goes up. So until it reaches this corner, which is the lowest point, then from here it overflows and goes.
Starts heading downwards again. Yeah.
Again. So yeah,
well, it's not going to turn. Oh, might. Yeah, looking at the land. Yeah, it might. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just go that way.
But here's the other thing too. As it flows and erodes, it's going to change that slope.
Yep.
Yeah. So you may, and this is what happens on real rivers, and why it's really difficult to simulate a river, is that there are a whole bunch of things that affect that. And so you end up, rivers do things like they do great big wandering meanders and then cut off the loops so they become oxbow lakes. And the river never touches them again.
Okay.
Because it's deposited too much sediment in the narrow point, right?
For the first iteration, I'm thinking like that map that we talked about, we should ignore it completely. Yeah. We should focus on this direction and the pooling. If you get the direction and the pooling right, it can overflow and start going like filling up somewhere else. Then from there to somewhere else, that kind of thing. Yeah. This would be like the first version we can actually do.
All right.
As soon as we do that, then we can actually add to it and try to, use the erosion thing.
Yeah, because I mean, what's his name? HW has done hydraulic erosion, and that works nicely. It's one of the Discord guys.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a clever bunny.
Nice.
All right, if you want to do it with this one, I will turn that off. I'll turn that off. And let's go. What do you want to do?
Well, it absolutely has to be based on the slope.
So we can use my one, right? And adapt it. Yes. That way we don't have to set up everything. Well River. So right now, I got in there, turn that back on, we're going to get what I had.
Yeah, which is going uphill.
At this point, so let me just annotate this real quick so we're not losing our minds too much. Okay, so that bit is the don't revisit the indices. Let's make that red, showcasing Bifrost 2.6 is amazing backdrop technology. Dun, dun, dun.
Nice. Do promo for it.
It's not what this is about. That's not what this is about.
No, good.
Right, so we're gathering data. This is all of that big loop there is what does things. So that is what we need to change. Okay, so right now, what we need
need to use that.
You sure?
That's the slope, right?
Yep.
That's all we care about right now.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. This is good. Yeah, but it's not working. Shouldn't this come this way
No,
instead of going up?
not always.
We need
Like this might be the broken thing that we had, right? I need to change the weights, right? So that like it completely disregards anything that is uphill.
Yep. So this section has to go like this, whatever we had there.
Well, that's the directional weights. I'm not going to kill it, but I'll leave it there for later. And a multiply. See, it's not actually being used.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Pop that out of there and leave that down there, and everybody's happy. So what this is it grabs the slope map or the slope data
I think you still have the randomization.
Yeah, I do.
Right. Okay, you need to take that out.
What do you want to do? Just first an array right
now? Yes. Is it sorted?
Sort array with indices.
Okay.
So descending order.
Yeah. So we need first an array on that one.
First an array, and it goes into the next point index.
There we go. But still seems a little bit.
I think maybe that we should be doing that. That shouldn't even happen. It should just keep going until it. Yeah, oh, hell. I might know why.
Why?
It's got no direction, right? So it's just going to keep ping ponging. Guarantee you there's. But guarantee you that there is 2,400 iterations. There will be 2,400 points here.
Okay, you know what? Change the starting position. Go on top of a hill somewhere. See, it should not be going back up. That's the problem. And probably that's the same issue we had before.
No, maybe if we can find it here and fix it over there.
Yeah, this should be just going downward.
Oh, a couple of ways to change that. Hang on.
Where's your destination anyways?
What?
Where's your destination? Because
over here somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Remove it. It doesn't give a damn about the destination anymore.
Yeah, that's the problem they had.
Like it just does. Yeah, we took it all out. You said get rid of it. I got rid of it.
No, exactly. No, this is the problem I think we had in the other one as well. The slope is not fully working. There is something wrong with the slope one.
That is definitely going downhill. That is going downhill. That is going downhill.
Why is it going
up? It's not
up?
until it gets to here.
Okay,
it goes uphill.
Change the destination to this side of the hill.
What?
Change the destination to this side of the hill. I want it to go down. So make sure this is going this way. A little bit to the other way, toward X. Okay, yeah, that's good. As long as passes the threshold.
Yeah.
Yeah, still wrong. Yeah. Okay. The slope one is incorrect.
Yeah, something's not right. Okay, so how's that worked? That data is right. This is the length of them, right? So this is actually how big the slope is, how downhill or uphill it is, how steep it is, right? Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm finding the bounds of that. Which,
hold on, I think I have an idea. Remove the portion that checks the destination, and any point that is not
the looping condition.
not a looping condition. You had a condition that it looks at the destination at any point that is not pointing toward the destination, it will remove it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. No, that was 2 days ago. That's not in here.
Oh, okay, you removed it. Okay, cool.
I replaced that with the random walk stuff.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's the direction vector.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is still, that's not doing anything anymore. It's just being read out. It's used there, basically.
Okay.
That's it there. Yeah, the crow vector. So the direction vector is still changing per point. It's that guy. All right, so really we just want to make this go always downhill, right?
Yep.
I think I know what's happening.
Find the lowest and just go toward it.
Downhill, uphill.
Well, that's still down, I think.
Okay, so down,
Up to here
down.
is down, then it goes up.
Yeah. Why are those all the same number? Oh no, they're just very, very close to each other. So just me, or is the minimum bigger than the maximum? 0.041, 0.040. What? What?
Oh,
That's
maybe
it.
that's what I'm
Bifrost
asking.
is haunted. I'm out. Get the pistols. Seriously.
Something is up.
You're in QA. What's the haunting all about?
Did you sacrifice a goat?
No.
Hey, you should
Maybe
do
I
that
should
today.
have.
Yeah.
Because this is just a length, right? That's it. It's just a length. That one's not even being pulled on. Oh, yeah, I'm not, okay, I'm not surprised because we left that in. Let's just turn that off. So, okay, so maybe I need to get rid of that too. Let's get a clean start. Put that in there. Not much change. You know, it's the reusing of, it's literally the reusing of.
Okay. Remove that
That's what
section.
I don't have to. That's why there's a fat pass node there. I need to do this. Awesome.
That worked.
Now it breaks. Actually, no, I know what it's going to be doing. It's going to be sitting here on 1 point.
Oh, ping ponging with
Yeah.
neighboring probably. All right. All right. Just for hell of it, push this here to the very, very top.
Uh-huh.
There we go. There we go.
Goes downhill.
See, that one that goes uphill,
Yeah.
that bothers me. That should not
Weird.
happen.
Weird, eh?
And it does have a way to go downhill.
Got a point display on somewhere. Yeah, it absolutely has a way to go downhill.
But it chooses not to.
We're not doing any random walking.
Okay, so for every point you find, can you draw the possible neighboring points as
No,
arrows?
because then it breaks.
Okay, fine.
It crashes because I'm trying to do it inside a do while loop.
Amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I should look into that and log it.
It's essentially hey, this is not a work thing.
Yeah, we still have to.
You don't. No,
Okay.
you don't. Not a work thing.
I will replicate it.
If you want to make this feel like a work thing, then I'm gonna go and cry in the corner somewhere. Then you'll be sorry. But anyway,
I
what I
haven't seen that
can
yet.
do,
I want to see it.
it'll happen. You know what else is really interesting?
What?
Look at where the point starts. It's this point here, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Then why is it going this way? Then that
Uh-huh.
way.
Uh-huh.
But it's not visiting the same point, is it? But that's not the neighboring point.
Let me
There's
just
something
double.
weird happening.
Yeah, there's something weird ass happening. Yeah, it is definitely that point. That is the start point.
Okay. Find the first point in the strand. Put the first
Which,
point up.
oh yeah, I know what you mean. So, go to the output and
Get from array and just put a point on there. No, get from array, man, because we're going to change it.
fine. Hooray! Cool. There we go.
Whoa. And it's black.
Yeah,
Why?
I know. I don't know because there's a color issue.
Oh, I
Because
see. The first point it finds is there. Yeah, which makes sense.
is it?
Yeah, it starts from here, but the first point that it finds is this one.
Then it goes back.
Yeah, because it starts from here. It never calculated this one, never
Right.
calculated that one, never visited that one, which we
Yeah.
should change it. We should always start from here. So this little piece is wrong, but we have to fix it later. Doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2.
Uh-huh.
So correct. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah, I want to see where it stops going downhill, really.
This is going uphill now.
Which is weird because we go
Yeah,
back
it
to where
is.
it was.
And you're not
That's
doing the
the
random, right?
no, no. Any of these are the logical choice to go downhill. Any of these three.
Yep.
Okay.
But
2 hour
yeah,
debug
we
session.
actually removed it anyway. Wait,
What?
we removed the direction 2, so we don't care which direction is
It
facing.
doesn't give a damn. Yeah.
So we're not eliminating any points, which is good. We have all
Yeah.
6, and it's picking the wrong one. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
So that one is now it's going into sort array with indices
All right.
and getting the first in the array. Right. So if I change that to the other order, it changes.
To something a little bit more funky.
Yeah.
That's all.
But it is always going downhill apart from here.
Nah, not really. Yeah. Still same issue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go through the logic.
Sure. What logic? What are you talking about?
All of
There is
it.
almost, there is really no logic here.
That means your slope is wrong. Your slope calculation is wrong.
Yeah. But let's have a look at it. I can show you the slope calculation.
Hmm?
Well, that's interesting.
Those are the normals.
Those are the normals.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gradient.
Yep. So gradient is going down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
That's
the shortest one. That is the shortest one. It's picking the shortest one, but not in the
yeah.
correct direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So how do we tell it what direction it is? Because that's like absolutely totally arbitrary. We got 23 minutes to do it.
We should based on the previous points. 1, 2,
What do you mean?
like maybe we average out the direction and say like it has to go that way when it's going downward.
Well, if we're only ever going to work on terrain, then we can just say if it decreases in y.
Well, I thought
We can do it by position.
last time you said you don't want to just work into right.
This is yours now, dude. Look,
Mine,
I'll
I don't
prove.
care.
Yeah, I'll prove it. Oh, you don't care. So why are you still talking to me? Is it for your adoring fans? It is, isn't it? There you go. It's a
None of
river
our
now.
fans. All right, fine. If that's the case, then we can always go downhill. Yeah, in Y. Whatever is the lowest Y, then we can pick that one.
Yeah.
If it is going to be only terrains, then yeah, always.
Lowest Y or a combination of
Lowest
which
Y
way?
with the direction.
What direction?
Um,
Because
I still think it shouldn't
because
go.
this point here, where's my
Mhm.
annotate? Right. Um, so this point here, that's a terrible color to use, isn't it? This point here, right? That's the lowest in Y.
Mhm.
Correct? Yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the
All good.
direction.
So that's probably good. What
Hold
happens
on.
when you get to here, right? Is that higher than that?
This one would be higher, right? This one.
I don't know.
Okay, just hold on. Hear me out.
Yeah.
So I was saying based on the average of previous points, because if this is pointing this way, this is pointing this way, this is pointing this way, average of these three would be like what? That one would be the average.
Actually, no, average would be about there.
Okay. So we say this is the general direction we want to go toward. So we make a 90-degree plane and say like any point on the other side, ignore. It can go 90 degrees to this, because still toward that direction. It can go that way, still on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So always flows downward and it can expand, but it can't go backward.
Yes.
I think that's not a bad logic to implement.
That's not a bad logic. There's only one thing we'd have to put in a some kind of randomizer. So what if it had equal, it starts here and it's equally able to go to there and there. Just say. Just
It
say
should
that
go to it should go to both.
the weight here, well, that's branching.
Yeah, because technically we need it to. Because river goes this way and that way, because this is going to be flooded. If it's the same distance, same height, that area going to be flooded anyways.
So now you're not talking about a strand.
It can't be just a strand, right?
Now you're
We,
talking about point propagation, right?
yes, technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, if it reaches the same height, then we have to do it. But for the rest of it, that logic should follow.
I don't think we can put this together in 20 minutes.
No, we cannot. But at least we can talk about this logic that we just talked about and see
Mm-hmm.
like if that's a good idea. Throw, pattern sync it and see if it actually works.
Yeah. So there's two ways to do it. There's the way I tried before that didn't work, right?
Which is
Eliminate anything that's above the points you're looking at. So
so
when you're on
height-wise,
this point, you just don't consider those.
like
You
are you
only
talking
can,
about height-wise?
yeah,
Oh,
right.
I guess we need both then, right?
Well, you don't want it to go uphill.
That's true. You don't want to go down. Uphill. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
So the way I would think about to do that, so that's the neighbor gradient, that's the point neighbor positions, and where's my current point? It's in here
How do
somewhere.
you get these
It's there.
points?
Don't confuse me while I'm working on this. Right, so what we do is take the neighbor positions and we go scalar to vector, no, vector to scalar. And then we take the current point, we do the same thing. Yep. And we just find out if that better not be rude.
Smiley face a little bit
Nah,
or
you look like you're like
what?
Parent a scala.
Scala.
A
Nice.
scala. I just made up a word. Yeah, so what we just do is we just go greater than that one. Find or true an array, which is possibly the most useful node ever.
Not as useful as sort with indices. I needed that like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's really good. Sort with indices is awesome. Then we just remove from this array, which are the neighbors for your consideration. Right? That's the neighbor. That's the one that goes off and has the slope made out of it. We do that. Now it's still going uphill. Oh my goodness. But it is going local. Yeah, why is it still going uphill? That should not be possible. Is
To
there
be
something
honest, I
else?
have no idea what you did.
I took the XYZ of the current point and
Mhm.
that point's neighbors. Right? I said,
Okay.
are you greater than, hey neighbors, are you greater than the current point? Found all true in that array, removed it from the gradient array that we're doing all the calculations on.
Why did you? Wait. Show the condition greater.
Greater than.
Okay, so this
So
one
if
is
the neighbors
neighbors.
are greater than the current,
Uh-huh. Find the true. Okay, you
and
remove
then
it
remove
from.
it
Yeah.
from the
Did,
this is the
did you
point
preserve the indices?
preserved.
Still goes up. Awesome.
Yeah, this is so. The only thing I can think of that's going to make it go up is that avoiding the points that it's been on before, but it doesn't explain this. Obviously, it wanted to go back, and I'm going to take that out. See if it still breaks. Bet you it does.
Like
$10, bro.
where did it go?
Yeah, it looks like it's going between about 3 points.
Yep. Ping pong.
Bing, 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 bing. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay.
Next question. I mean, there, that's weird. That's where it first breaks.
See, that's where the other condition comes in.
There is no other condition anymore.
That's
There literally isn't.
no, I mean
We're
the one
just
that I was talking about. The direction, the previous tree. So this one, this one, this one. You average it out, so it's toward like this direction. You put a plane, so 90-degree to that, right? Anything on this side
How do you
can be
get that
used.
plane? How do you make that plane?
Well, we can do dot products and like whatever.
Yeah.
Then this wouldn't be calculated in there. So it can only pick from these. Then you look at the height of these.
But it's doing that now.
You're just doing height, but it's not doing based on only these.
Hold on. Nope. Okay. That was just a thought. That shouldn't even be considered. That is literally higher than that one.
I know.
I mean, it's being taken out of the array.
Maybe that array is wrong. You're removing from a wrong array. Are you?
No. 2.
Removing 2 points. So if this is the point, you should be removing this one. And what else? This one.
This one.
No, that one is not connected.
No, that one's never going to be. That's already out of the array. Out of the array.
It's here. So now
No,
it's
no.
picking. Now it's picking. This one won't be. Should remove that one, and it
Should have
should
removed
remove
that one.
this one. These two.
Yeah.
This one and this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm
that means you're doing the wrong ones. No, maybe not. If it's here, it's removing this. No, removing this one and this one. So there's 3 left. Why does it not pick one? Weird.
Yeah, why? I mean, I know why it's only taking out 2, right? I'm absolutely aware of that one because
that makes sense.
what's happening if it's this point, so
Yeah.
this point here, it's before it even gets to this array, it removes that
Yeah,
one
visited.
because it's been visited. So that's gone. So now it's choosing between all of these points except that one. Well, now it's choosing between that one, that one, that one, that one,
And it comes
that one.
here anyways. It reaches
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So if you apply the same logic here, it is a terrible color. It is just the worst of all possible colors.
You
So
love it.
if you consider this one, right, then that's gone because it's been visited.
Yep.
Its options are there, 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 and there.
So this one is
So why
higher,
the hell is it choosing that one
and
when it
this
shouldn't
one
be?
should be removed. So these two, so it's 2, that means these should be removed already.
Mm-hmm.
Why do they exist still?
Get the pistols, man. Bifrost is haunted. I'm pretty sure. I mean, unless I'm
Are
reading
you
in the wrong
sort?
thing,
Are you
I'm
sorting
not. That's
something at
point
some point?
gradient. No, not until after this. They get sorted for the first time there.
So the points that are coming in, they're not sorted.
Well, no, they're not. They're just big arrays. That's interesting.
Yeah, but that's still higher. This is higher. This is higher.
Mm-hmm. I don't get it.
Yeah, you're doing something wrong.
I know, but I
Don't
don't know
worry.
what. Because this array's been removed. We got this. That's only got 2 points in it.
That's not right. Anything lower should be 1, 2, 3, 4. How many points going to it?
66,046.
No, not that.
49. Sorry, I got it wrong. There are 4
The
points going into it.
the neighboring points.
4.
Incorrect.
Yeah. Why?
Oh, yeah, I know why. Because we're looking at the last point. We're not looking at the neighboring points right now.
Well, hang on. We know what number
Last
that
point.
is.
We're
Hold on. Just that's 7. Oops, wrong one.
8. Okay, now let's look at it. Because it should be like 5, 6 points.
5.
Why?
Well, because one's already been removed from being visited already.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It should be 6, not 5.
Yeah.
The only visited one was this one.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Let me just do the stupid thing. Picking a point at random, picking this guy. Right? That's the guy I'm picking. And that is the guy I have picked. Looking at his connectivity. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I right?
Looks that way. Okay.
So it should be the same on every point on the mesh. So this guy, 1, 2, it's not connected to that point.
Oh. Good job for circling it.
Just,
Followed you.
yeah.
Wow, that means we're really tired, man.
Yeah, I know, but that's all right. We've only got 8 minutes left in this Bifrost 120, which is what I'm thinking about calling it. If it
Okay.
goes anywhere. I mean,
So
it's
yeah,
literally live problem solving with two idiots. Do you agree with that?
uh, how the hell did we not even see that? Anyways, that's not the issue.
Yeah,
Why is it going
yeah.
up?
Why is it going up?
All right, so
Yeah.
you removed 1 point
So
or 2
we
points.
have 5 points here, right?
Okay, how many did you remove? Let's see.
One.
Yeah, like
And
look at
two
that.
removed. So three going out, and that's
So
correct.
this one is removed. This one is removed.
Well, I don't know which ones are removed.
I guarantee you these two.
It's not telling me.
Get from
It's
array and put a point display.
well, I can't because they're not points, they're gradients. Buddy. But I can apply it to the actual points. Current point neighbor positions. So what have we done? So it's that one. So this will be all of the points, right? Before we remove anything. Just
neighboring points. Yeah.
This should be all of its neighboring points. Why? Why, God, why? Why aren't you working?
Watch points.
They're all 0.
Awesome. Oh, iteration 8. That's why.
Well, no. This isn't a feedback thing. This is the current point neighbor positions.
The max you put at 8.
Yeah.
So at 8 it has nothing. 0, 0, 0.
Has no. What? It has no neighbors.
No. Yeah, for sure.
Well, why is that? Yeah, like it's got indices of neighbors. There you go. Those are the indices. And it's got value.
These are gradients or
oh,
those are...
No, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I was getting there are no, yeah, I was getting from the wrong array. Awesome. That's the one I should be getting from.
Whoa, right.
Cool, huh?
This is going to highlight everything.
It's okay. Inside a loop.
It's okay. Yeah. Just, make it smaller so at least we can. There, okay.
Well, we can also just go, right, what are we doing on the first one? Those are all possible neighbors of the first one, right? That's all of them. That's cool. Ooh.
Which ones are getting removed?
Hang on, just had a thought. Yeah, none of them are getting removed on the first one because it hasn't visited any of them, right?
No, I'm talking about the other condition.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. And then we just need to remove here.
Get from array, not remove from array. Get from array, I want to see which one's it's removing.
Yeah. You're correct. 4 minutes.
It's okay if we go over like a couple of minutes, but I want to see this first. All of them?
Yeah. There is nothing. Why is it?
Go wireframe.
Yeah, there is nothing uphill from that.
How many?
Nothing.
How many points? Put a watch point there. 0 points.
That's a broken pull. Yeah. That's working.
Really?
No.
That's bizarre.
Smells to me like it hasn't found any true in here. Yeah, they're all false. That's what that is.
So they're all the same height?
They're all below that first point.
Below that, right? No same height.
That's that. Yeah.
Nothing is higher. Okay, go to point 2. Or 1. Nothing. All right.
Okay. So that point was removed from being uphill from what looks like this point.
From this point. So this
Yeah.
was the origin, so it didn't
Hold
move
on,
back.
hold on. Where's my current point? Let's get that in there. So at least we can tell what current point we're on.
The hell happened to it? Pretty.
Yeah, I know. Gorgeous.
You just change the size, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's not going to give me color, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this is the current. This will be the current point here.
Yeah. So the last one was there, and we remove the yellow one from
Yeah.
it.
So remove the yellow one
Okay, go next.
because the yellow one is uphill, and it's the only uphill one from that one, right?
Yep.
We go one more. Hey,
Okay.
something's not
No.
nice.
It's right. Everything was below that height.
Okay. All
So
right,
that's
one
fine.
more.
For the next one. Okay.
I think those black circles are showing us. Yeah.
The deleted ones. Okay.
Yeah, those are the two that, let me just double check that. Yep.
That's fine.
So
Okay.
that's interesting. Okay, going one more forward. That's actually correct. Those two look to be about equal or very close. That one got removed because it's uphill from here.
I think it got removed because of this one.
Yeah. One more. I'm wondering if it's not even showing us anymore.
Yeah, it removed this one and removed that one. It overlapping points.
Yeah. So it could have chosen this one or this one. Well, we're not choosing, we're just choosing the first one, not the greatest one, but that's okay. We can get back to that. 7. Remove that one from for being uphill, which looks to be about right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
8.
Next. Remove that one. What is the square it tells us? What is that one?
Oh, that's just the thing we've got set up outside.
You're right. Current point, right? For the
Yeah.
last point. Okay. So it removed. Oh, okay. One thing we can do is
Feedback the
keep the
removal array.
feedback. Yeah, feedback those. So it never goes back to them.
Yeah.
But still doesn't explain why.
No, it doesn't. It really, really doesn't.
That we have to find out.
And tune in next week when you can hear Aslan say. Well, shit.
Yeah, indeed. Well,
Either it's really complicated or we're doing something very stupid, and the probability of both of those are about equal. I think.
I would love to have this file to take a look at it.
Yeah, you can have that. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just change it to Rivers 0000 and send it to you. Rivers 0005 and send it to you. Whatever. Thank you for taking a look with me, man. You've given me some really good ideas. Because I think
this was fun.
I think this might work for the other one too.
Yeah, as soon as we figure out why
if we make a like in here, if we make an array that says you guys are blacklisted, never go there again.
Mm-hmm. Then it won't.
It's the same as it's the same as the visited value array, right?
Yeah. So pretty much we already visited these and we don't want to go back to them. So
the trouble with the other one is that sometimes it has to go uphill. It just needs to go uphill by the shallowest route possible.
Okay, maybe at that
that's
point.
The other one. That's not this one.
Yeah, I know. But then at that point we can put a weight on it.
Yeah. I think
say,
doing
like,
this
okay, this is
for
possible.
river, what we're looking at to do this for river is the path of least resistance. We have to find the path of least resistance to drive them down, right? That's what you do with hydraulic erosion too. When you're building that, you go, okay, say pick a point like here. What's the easiest point from here? It's probably that one. It might be that one, but it looks like it goes up there, but it's probably that one, right? So you're always trying to drive it down the point of the path of least
Yeah, I would go
resistance.
here, then I would go there.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Because
makes
I
sense.
have written a Python hydraulic erosion that I can probably dig out and take a look at.
Cool. Good luck with that.
Where I did a least resistance calculation, I think.
Yeah.
I think that was before I started doing Bifrost. So it's going back away. Cool, man. Cool, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That
That was
was
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to stop the recording now. So if you want to say anything, this is possibly your last chance.
No, that was it. Thanks. It was
That was
fun.
it.
We should do it
Yeah.
more.
All right. Yeah, we should do it again. Let's see how many bleeps I have to put in this recording.